Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another Palantir Technologies video. In today's video, we've got quite a bit of news to cover because it's been about 2 weeks since we ended up covering this stock. And man, even though the stock has been kind of on a flatline trend, it is soon to pick up with a bunch of the great news that has been coming in here lately and a lot of the new partnerships they've been coming into as well. So stay tuned for all the amazing stuff going in. But we're going to kick this video off with a price target range that ended up getting a raise from $182 to $201 a share. And that comes from Piper Sandler maintaining their overweight average for Palantir Technologies. So that's going to keep Palantir's price target even higher and getting even more price targets in that $200 range. So if we look at the way that the stock has been moving, as we can clearly see, the stock has been on a pretty steady, solid, standstill really. So if we just bridge over this line here at the $171 a share marker, you can see that that has been the bottom of the resistance line for the past couple of weeks as well, for the bottom end of our close candles and also some of the bottoms of our better raise candles as well. So I would honestly raise our high point here, where instead of stating that our resistance line is at about the 184.50, I will go ahead and peak this breakthrough line here where we will get rid of this. And as you can kind of see across the board, you're seeing more of this 187 line where you come through at where we had our first above 185 52-week high here back on August the 8th. And if you bridge that straight across, you can kind of see where we have tipped it 4 different times actually. If you come over and you look between October 2nd, 3rd, got really close on the 7th, and then came back again on October 9th and 10th, and we are slowly encroaching our way back up into this resistance line here, where we're getting to hopefully make that breakout sooner than later. So, but with this new price target, that's going to help continue pushing up for having this new price target above 200 yet again. It's going to show more and more that Palantir is still yet again going to be ready for another bull run. So on the next aspect of things, Palantir has announced their date for the third quarter 2025 earnings release and webcast. So Palantir announced that the results for its third quarter, which ended on September 30th, will be released on Monday, November 3rd. So following the close of the U.S. markets, Palantir is going to host a webcast to discuss its results at 3 p.m. MT and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So a live webcast and replay will be available at investors.palantir.com, and participants can pre-register on that website. So, and also in addition, shareholders can submit and vote on questions by visiting a link which is https://app.saytechnologies.com/Palantir-2025-Q3 period. So I will leave that link down in the description below. If you are a Palantir shareholder, you will be able to jump in on all of that amazingness come November 3rd. So, and we will definitely be covering that on November 3rd going into November 4th on this channel. So y'all be ready for that, because Palantir, as you all have known, if you've been watching my channel, you can see that their earnings report have always met and superseded expectations all the way across the board, no matter which way you look, they are still blowing numbers across the board. No matter what the hype, no matter what the negativity, no matter what everybody believes is so overvalued on the stock, they have continued to push, persevere, and pursue new heights, and has just blown past every single market possible for this AI industry sector. So then you come into the next area where you have Snowflake, which is Palantir Form Enterprise. They end up forming a data analytics partnership. So that ended up bringing up the stocks a little bit, which is where you've seen some of the little bit of the bull push here, where it didn't just continue on the downward trend to test this 170 resistance line. So Snowflake and Palantir Technologies, they said this past Thursday that they formed a new partnership to help companies build data pipelines, faster data analytics, and artificial intelligence applications. So the partners are going to integrate Snowflake's AI data cloud with Palantir's Foundry and Palantir's artificial intelligence platform. So, but then you also have Eaton under the ticker ETN. They are already benefiting from this new partnership between Snowflake and Palantir. Snowflake shares were up 6.8% in the recent pre-market activity, while Palantir just ended up having a slight percentage of a raise. So that's not anything too big that's came through for Palantir, but it has shown great promise. So when you plot the density of all of these different project outcomes, Palantir stock is most likely to land between 175 and 205. From what I'm seeing and from a lot of the different price targets, we're already in this 175 bracket. So I'm looking more into the short term, into the 185 to the 195, especially getting up closer to our November 3rd Q3 evaluation, because you can see we keep coming up and testing this 186, 187 resistance line, where we keep coming up and testing it and just dropping back by 1 day over all kinds of different non-reasons. So it's not going to be too much longer, and we've already got 3 tests underway on that resistance line. So it's not going to be too much more, and we're going to break through it and go to the next one. So, but thus, the distributional return on these profiles resemble the bell curve, which has, like I'm saying, a completely bullish bias. So, without getting too deep into all of the specific math and the schematics between the volume and the earnings along with the market cap, then we can go ahead and say that it is a very intuitive inference given the dramatic performance of Palantir stock over the course of the past year, being up over 300% from October of last year. So, however, we also know from GARCH, which is the Generalized Autoregressive Conditional Heteroscedasticity, the studies that volatility doesn't diffuse independently and linearly, but clusters based on prior catalysts. So what all of that craziness means is that, in other words, the volatility today depends largely on the magnitude of the volatility from yesterday and the day before. So then the volatility that happened, at the end of last year and the beginning of Q1 to the beginning of Q2 is becoming far less relevant to the current sentiment regime that has all the kinetic developments occurring in this more immediate time frame, which time and time again is going to prove that Palantir is here to stay. And yes, you can say that the stock price is overhyped. and continue down the rabbit hole that Palantir should only be at $40 or $60 a share, considering the earnings rate and a lot of their sales and marketing and different things that some people trying to point out. But whenever the stock comes up this high and stays up this high for this long, all of that starts becoming less and less irrelevant, where the stock is catching the actual price of the stock. So, I hope with all of that being said, Palantir is here to stay, and it is definitely on the uptrend, and it's still looking really good, and they are still continuing to do great work with everything that they're doing and their partners as well. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we're able to get a little bit more intricate on what Palantir Technologies has been doing. So if you liked the video, drop me a like. If there's anything that you liked, or maybe if I missed something on Palantir Technologies, drop it in the comment below so then everybody else can be able to see it as well. And also, guys, I'm thinking about trying to do a live stream on a bunch of different stocks to be able to kind of get more into a live, in-depth thing, especially whenever these large quantity of all of these quarterly results come in and go out, where I can share not only the videos and the shareholder, stockholder videos and also questionnaires with everybody in the community, but I can also cover a lot of these and do live questionnaires and things of that nature as well. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, because I don't have enough subscribers just yet to be able to start continuing to do live on YouTube. So, with all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed everything. Thank y'all for coming back. And this is the Stock Warden, riding off. See y'all come back now, you hear?